I'm Rich Steves from TMC, and here's the thing. We all know that social media can be used to connect with family, friends, and coworkers. But there are also lots of screw-ups that can come from using social media. Luckily for us, there are lessons to be learned from other people's mistakes. Here, then, are the top 5 social media flubs from 2011 and what you can learn from each one. First up, the story of New York Democrat Anthony Weiner, a man whose name is so convenient, the jokes write themselves. When the photo of a man's crotch was sent from his Twitter account to that of a young woman, well, a scandal blew up. At first, he claimed it wasn't his, and that it was a prank. But later, he admitted to that and quite a few other social media flubs. What's the lesson here? Well, Mr. Weiner, keep your private life and your private parts private. Next up, Ashton Kutcher, star of 2.5 Men, who is massively popular on Twitter. Well, when Joe Paterno was fired, Kutcher tweeted his outrage. However, Kutcher didn't realize the depth of the scandal that was involved in Penn State. He later retracted and apologized and even took a break from Twitter. What's the lesson here, Ashton? Learn the whole story before you go running your beak. GoDaddy has had a lot of attention recently because of their support for SOPA, which caused a lot of controversy. But even before that, GoDaddy CEO Bob Parsons created some controversy on his own. It seems he went on vacation to Africa, shot an elephant, and posted a video of that online. It became a PR nightmare. It seems that not everyone was as happy with him shooting Dumbo as he was himself. What's the lesson here? Put yourself in the shoes of your audience. Otherwise, you might get trampled by public opinion. In the spring of 2011, the world experienced what the media came to call the Arab Spring, when countries in the Arab world protested and demonstrated for democracy. It was a world-changing and somewhat frightening event. Well, Kenneth Cole tried to use that as a little bit of advertising. He posted a tweet saying that the uprising in Egypt was about his spring collection. Well, that led to a lot of backlash from people who didn't think it was quite as funny as Cole himself did. What's the lesson here? Well, as much as we'd like to think so, not all news stories are joking matters. Finally, the story that I like to think of as the new Coke of the new millennium. Last year, Netflix announced it was splitting into 2 different divisions, one for its streaming video and one for its DVDs, called Quickster. People were angry enough about that because they would have to pay twice for their services, but Netflix didn't bother to see if the Quickster Twitter handle was available. In fact, it was used by someone who had a picture of a pot-smoking Elmo as his image. The lesson here? Don't compound an already terrible mistake with a silly oversight. Well, I hope you learned something from the mistakes of others. Remember, when it comes to social media, be careful out there. I'm Rich Steves, signing off until the next thing.